Welcome to Mastering PSLE Maths with Tutiply.
Okay, so for this question, Mrs. Lee baked a total of 40 large and small cakes. So the ratio of large cakes to small cakes is 5:3. Okay, she decorated them with cherries. So the number of cherries used for each large and small cake was in the ratio 3:2. Okay, so this is for number of cherries for each large and small cake. So total she used 204 cherries to decorate all of the small cakes and also 7 large cakes. Okay, so this does not mean that total there are 7 large cakes, then the remaining cakes are small. Okay, it just means that only 7 large cakes have cherries. So some of the remaining large cakes don't have cherries. Okay, so don't be confused by this. Okay, so for 6a, how many small cakes did Mrs. Lee bake? Okay, so you see that there's a total of 40 cakes, right? 40 large and small cakes. Then the ratio is 5:3, right? In total, I have how many parts? So total I have 5 plus 3 parts. Total I have 8 parts for the total number of cakes. So 8 parts equals to 40, right? Because total number of cakes is 40. So 1 part, I divide by 8 for both sides, so I get 5. Then she wants small cakes. So small cakes is how many parts? 3 parts, right? Over here. 3. So 3 parts equals to, so I multiply by 3, so I get 15. So total I have 15 small cakes. Part A answer. Okay, for part B. How many cherries did Mrs. Lee use for all of the small cakes? Okay, so we know that the cherry ratio, right, is small cake cherries to big cake. Okay, let me reverse this. Hold on. Okay, we do big to small. Big cake cherries to small cake cherries is this 3:2, right? So this is for each cake. 3:2, the ratio for each cake. Then now I know that I have 15. So I have 15 small cakes, right? So I times 15 to this. So okay, so total number of cherries used for small cake would be 15 times 2 parts equals to 30 parts. This is for small cake. Then for big cake, I know there's 7 large cakes that use cherries. So 7 large cakes times 3 parts. Because big cake cherries, they use 3 parts, right? This will give me 21 parts. So total I have how many parts? 30 plus 21. This gives me 51 parts. So 51 parts equals to how many cherries? 204 cherries, right? So 1 part equals to 4. Okay, then how many cherries did Mrs. Lee use for all the small cakes, right? So for small cakes, recall, small cakes is over here. I use 30 parts for small cakes. So 30 parts equals to 120. So total, we use 120 cherries for the small cakes. Okay, so for part C. How many more cherries did Mrs. Lee need for the remaining large cakes? Oh, okay. So let's calculate how many large cakes we have first. So remaining large cakes, what this question means over here, right? Means that, so over here I see that we only use cherries for 7 large cakes, right? But it doesn't mean that we have 7 large cakes, correct? So the remaining large cakes refer to those large cakes that don't have cherries. So those that are other than these 7 large cakes. So let's figure out firstly how many large cakes we have. So total we have 40 cakes, right? Then in part A we calculated we have 15 small cakes. So minus 15, this give me 25. So total I have 25 large cakes. Okay, then 25 large cakes For these 25 large cakes, 7 of them I have cherries already. So the remaining I have 18 large cakes that don't have cherries.